Hi everyone! Today I want to talk a little bit more about what I talked about on the solstice on the 21st, which was exploring and expanding or shifting our perspective on what darkness is, so we can know our own light more intimately. And I talked about asking ourselves the question, what in me needs more of my own love tonight? And the act of simply asking that question without needing to do much about it was the beginning steps of being able to shift our perspective around what we're perceiving as darkness. But I want to go a little deeper today, because that's not as straightforward a question to everyone, and as it may seem, what in myself needs more of my own love tonight? What do we mean by love even? We have a very limited view about what love actually is, and that's okay. So sometimes when we're asking the question, how can I love myself more? How do I share more love? How do I give more love? It's not always as straightforward as it seems, and a lot of people get stuck there. And I've worked with some people who say, well, there's a part of me that I know needs love, but I'm not ready to give it that. I don't want to give it that. I don't think it deserves love, and I'm not there to sit there and give myself love in this way that I think we're talking about. And so I just want to say, if you did decide to ask yourself that question on the solstice, or if you decide to ask it throughout the holidays, because there can be a lot of moments where we need to stop with ourselves and just be with some difficult emotions and say, what do I need to give myself right now? It's okay if exploring the concept of love is not really where you're at right now. Love as we think we understand it in our society. So one other questions we can ask ourselves are one I just said. What can I give myself tonight? What parts of me are feeling pain? I would say let's just start there. What parts of me are really expressing pain right now? And you just sit with that. And you just hear the pain. And that's it. That's all you have to do for yourself. These are baby steps. Small steps to starting to understand unconditionally loving ourselves. Which is the first step to really being able to unconditionally love those around you. But that's a large concept with lots of nuance. So one of the baby steps is to simply say, what parts of me are feeling pain that I need to hear? And you just let yourself bear witness to the parts of you that are feeling pain. And that's it. Often that's... Sorry, everyone. There was a pause. I had to reconnect to the internet. But, just to bear witness to any places in you that are communicating pain. That's all you have to do. And often that is enough to start to ease the pain ever so slightly. There's no need to blast it with this big beam of love and shake it loose and get rid of it and get over it and, okay, here's the pain point. Now how can I heal it and feel better and all that stuff? That's not what it needs. Often the first step is all it needs for you to say, oh, okay, I understand that there is pain here. And that's it. And in that way, with that very first beginning step, you can begin to re-see your own innocence, the innocence of being a human that has gone through experiences that it's worked to understand and has processed as pain and is still feeling that pain. And sometimes we act on that pain, not fully understanding even what it is or that there even is pain. And so when we can sit with ourselves and say, what parts of me need to communicate their pain? And just say, oh, okay, I understand that there's pain there. If you want to, you can even say, thank you for letting me know that. That's a place of innocence. Recognizing your own pain. And just allowing it a voice, allowing it space, allowing it to be exactly what it is. Once you're getting to that place with yourself, it makes it easier to see the innocence in others, even when they're difficult for us to deal with. But that's another topic for another day. But that's a way to begin to recognize your own innocence. And if you want to, that's all you have to do is just acknowledge it. But if you want to, you can move further and say, what can I give you? Is there something you want from me right now, other than to be seen? And if you do feel ready, you can say, I'd like to give you my love. I would just like to love you. And sometimes those places in us, even if we're ready to love them, they themselves are not ready to be loved. Some of you may know what I'm talking about. If that resonates with you, then just know that that's okay. You don't have to force love upon the parts that aren't ready for it yet. That's when you go back to the simply, okay, I see you, I hear you, and I understand that there's pain there. And you can make it that simple. So as you're going through your holidays, whichever you celebrate, and you find yourself facing some difficult emotions or in the presence of circumstances, people, or just situations that are really getting to you in a way that don't make you feel good, you can just take yourself to a private place and sit with yourself in this way and begin to explore your own innocence. I love you all. Happy holiday. You all are beautiful and you all are innocent. Have a great night.